Hi guys, Joni Dillon here in our 5-part video series. This is video number 3, 5 things you may be doing to piss off your TO. And the third thing is that you are turning your table before you've shown and created enough value. We see it all the time where the manager just doesn't want to come on your table because they know how much work is left to do before the deal is down. So guys, their time is their money, and you've got to put yourself in a position to where you are actually doing the work. You're putting in the work to get the deal, and you're getting them in the picture, which was the couple videos ago, right? So how do you show value? So you show value by, number one, making sure they understand that what they're currently doing outside of this ownership program, or maybe even outside of what they already own if they're owners, is not cutting it. It's not being efficient. Maybe they're throwing their money away, right? And how what they could be doing is the smarter of the two decisions, right? But not by telling them it's a smarter decision, by showing them, by monetizing them, actually taking their figures of what they're spending on travel and or outside of their ownership. So if they're doing any travel out above and beyond their ownership, their existing owners, and breaking that down to what they could be doing within their ownership. Now, another way to show value is by actually hitting on their hot buttons. This is what you need to focus on, is what do they want to do and how can this ownership provide that solution? So, how does this ownership provide that solution? If they have a dream trip to Europe someday, show them how to get there. Show them how they don't have to blow 15 to 20,000 on one single vacation, and they don't have to wait 5 years to plan this trip. That is called showing value. And what happens is that something in their head starts turning a little bit, and they start thinking, gosh, this is kind of making a little bit of sense. How we can put this money into this ownership one time and have that money replenish and repeat forever. Have it work for us forever, guys. It's all about the value that you are creating, and you do that by hitting on their hot buttons through having a thorough discovery. If your discovery wasn't good, you're just, shooting from the hip, trying to find out what is important to them. And, the reality is that you might hit on a couple things, but you're probably not going to hit on exactly what's important to them, because what you think is important is only what you find important, and it's not how they are traveling, okay? So you can see that your discovery is so important for creating this roadmap of value. And what I'm going to share with one person to create value is completely different than what somebody else needs to see that value, okay? So it's not a one-size-fits-all formula. You've got to understand that. And the more you really get that and say, I really don't need to cover this benefit, whatever this benefit might be, at all, because they don't need it. They don't take week-long vacations. They only take mini getaways. So I'm going to share with them how they can do that instead of forcing them into something that just doesn't work for them. So the whole key, guys, is value is everything, and you will piss off your TO by having them come on your table time in and time after time, having to do all the work. Get them in the picture. Show them how this ownership works according to how they want it to work, right? By questions that you've asked them, and you will be showing enough value. Monetize. Get them to see the value, but then show them the emotional aspect, the emotional value of ownership. And a lot of you are missing, either you're missing the analytical side, or you're missing the emotional side. And most people have a hard time finding a nice combination of the two, okay? So you really need to work on the value before you turn your table. And I guarantee you, when you can be that rep or that manager says, I know they put in the work, I'm going to that table, and the people are leaned up, they're all up on the table, they're asking buying questions, and they're coming after it, guess what? You've done your job. You've you've done your job. And now you simply hand it over and pray that your manager gets that deal. All right, guys, this is Joni from Timeshare Sales Mastery with the number 3 thing that you may be doing to piss off your TO, and that is not showing enough value and expecting them to do your job. All right, guys, make it an incredible day. Get out there, be unstoppable. Peace.